Hold on, I think we're starting this commentary about a half hour later than the one we did last night on 102, but also we're starting it with a half a less beer than we started last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, let's see. Yeah, that's probably we're about 3.5 beers in. Last night we had foR before we started, right?
Yeah. Okay, so here we are. Do it.
Okay. It is 9:40 p.m. Saturday, December 9th, 2017. And welcome to our commentary on, our full commentary, that is, on free anxiety therapy for the pooR 101 and 102. We decided to do that.
Yeah, we talked about it we just did the commentary on 102 last night, and towards the end there we kind of were wondering whether or not we should do that, and so we decided to do that. Okay, so here we are, and so we're gonna run through the entire thing here, and right?
Yep. So, well, let's get right into it. This is free anxiety therapy for the pooR 101, part 1. And this is the kind of obviously the intro to the whole thing, or at least to the first, to the first half, the 3 tracks, that is 101, before we go to 102. And,
yeah, and this is kind of like just the intro, and we've discussed this before, and we have a commentary already of just 101 here that we did way earlier in the year after we finished that, and like February, or I guess, now was it about February, we finished it right before the old computer crash, right?
Yeah. And then I guess we did we probably didn't do a commentary on it until, obviously there's no way we could have done a commentary on it with the old computer, because that thing crashed literally the night after the last night we finished 101.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay, so we are listening to, like you said, 101, part 1, and this is the intro, and we discussed this before, how it had kind of like a death march kind of thing, and we discussed how we talked about like this death rock, which we're not really a death rock band, but we kind of have, I guess, maybe kind of sort of that idea. I'm going to break this down just a little bit, son. I'm seeing the levels kind of go up more than our talking.
All right, cool. And thanks for noticing that.
No problem. Okay. So yeah, this was kind of like our death march, and like we mentioned last night on the 102 commentary, the just 102 commentary, that 102 was kind of like less focused on us, even though there was still some.
Yeah.
But 102 is more less focused on us and more focused on the world. Like, we're trying to shout out to others, give them some positive lyrics and all that. But 101 was kind of more just announcing the fact that it just represented anxiety. Like the lyrics as well as the music were kind of dreary sounding. The music was dreary sounding, and the lyrics were kind of
dreary as well.
Yeah. And hold on just a second. All right, are we ready now?
That should have been the clincher.
Cool.
All right, go.
Go with what?
With whatever you were gonna say.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Well, all right. All right, so, well, let me just butt in here, I guess. So 101, part 1. It's the death march. It's kind of like death rock, but it's not really death rock. But I understand we talked about this before when you did that vocal. Do that vocal again.
Get you here, rocks you one way and then rocks you the other way. I don't know. It takes you here and then takes you to the next one.
Yeah. Anyway, So I guess there's kind of an element of, dare we say that there is an element of what supposedly, I guess, is called death rock in this part here.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's like doom. It's not like hard, you know. yeah, that stuff. We're not really we're not a band that really does much of that kind of thing. Although,
yeah, I'm not saying we're close to that idea. We just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah. Well, we had Diary, right?
Yes, Diary of Diarrhea. That was close. That was the hardest rocking thing we did. That was, yeah, we talked about it a million times. G.G. Allin influence, Healer style.
Yeah. So there was kind of a representation of something like that in there. But anyway. So yeah, so this part one just kind of sounds like just like despair, man. We have these. Well, I did them, right? The breathing track.
Yes. You can hear Jamie and they're doing the. I can't do it.
Yeah, I was doing the shit. You know, it kind of made it sound dreary. You know, like someone's trying to
it's having a hard time breathing, which is actually, that's not even funny, because I have nightmares I've had some nightmares like that, and I've had some nights like that too, actually.
Yeah. But, you know, because of that, maybe that's what spawned that idea.
Yeah, that probably has something to do with it, yeah.
Yeah, so, alright, we're almost to the out here of... Sorry.
Make room for more.
That's right. Let me just have a beer, okay?
Go ahead. Sounds like you need it.
I do. Oh, man. Sorry. That was a Jamie burp.
Yes. Okay, so it's the end of 101 Part 1. We're almost into 2 now. And this is where it gets a little more rocking and a little more kind of, I guess 101 is, all these parts are kind of the idea was to try to make them sound like it was just like a struggle, a mission, like a dun 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 dun. We're trying to conquer this thing, you know.
We're trying to conquer the anxiety. Yeah.
Right. So here we go with part 101, part 2. Which I always, you know, I'm always, I'm the one that's always doing these volume adjustments. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. And I always seem to have trouble with, you know, once all the songs are done, I'm trying to get them all about the same volume, you know. So one isn't too loud, one too quiet, whatever.
Yeah. It's like you had what the hell was it? The Neighbor's Creepy Neighbor on the Diary album.
Yeah, exactly. That song was too loud. That whole album was supposed to be loud, but that song was just too, I couldn't turn it down without, I don't know. I just had trouble with it. I don't know. But I hate that song.
Yeah, you always will.
Yeah. So, okay, 101 Part 2. This is just kind of the freak out thing, as we talked about before. You know, do it.
Oh. Hold on, my throat is fucked up. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, you know, it's kind of like you said, it's supposed to sound like, anxiety, man, like someone's freaking out, you know, just, oh my God, you know, basically that was the idea there. Oh my God, what the hell, we're going nuts, this is our kind of, what is the word, nervous breakdown, you know.
Yes, yeah, kind of part 101 Part 2 is kind of the nervous breakdown. I mean, the whole damn thing kind of is, but...
Yeah, alright.
Right. That's, you know, we haven't been titling these things, and we've talked about the next project we're going to do it's gonna be shorter songs, less tracks, and we're gonna start titling them again instead of all this 1, 2, 3, all these parts shit, you know. But if we were to name these, that should have been it. This could have been Nervous Breakdown. Well, even though, you know.
Yeah, but, oh yeah, Black Flag has a song called Nervous Breakdown, but that's not, we're not stealing that.
No. So, there you have it. And right here, like you can hear, you know, like we're talking about, it's kind of the freak out track, but there's still like moments of hope.
Yeah, right. There's like, it's like right now it went back to kind of chaotic. This is like the jam part of the whole song, and the guitar solo, and oh wait, son, who knows on the guitar?
Yeah, that was, well, we did all this, you know, this was, like we mentioned last night, the whole 101 was pre-JV.
Yeah. Our good friend JV helped us with part 102, with the second half of this project for this entire year, right?
Yes. The 101, we did the whole thing. Well, Jamie and Zahn did this whole thing.
Right. Well, you kind of do more of the music and I do more of the vocals, but really...
Yes. Same person, we all do it. It's all...
Yeah, we do everything, man. You and me do everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm... Hold on a minute, I don't need to listen to this shit. Todd, I'm sorry to tell you that was the last of that beer. Can you get another one?
Yep. Be right back.
Alright, thanks. Go.
I will be right back with more beer.
Awesome. Oh, man. If only I could redo these all.
What?
Never mind. It's cool. I was just saying I wish I could redo these vocals, but I don't know. Never mind.
Look, I told you. Everything's cool. It's done now. We're not redoing it.
I know. Come back here.
All right.
Bring that beer.
All right, I'm coming. Oh, man. You want to open it?
Sure. Yeah, it's a Christmas present. I'll open it.
Yep, that's exactly right. I was bringing it to you as a Christmas present. So, Merry Christmas, Jamie.
Well, thank you, Zahn. Merry Christmas, and, my lordy, I'm not, on top of that, thank you for knowing exactly what I wanted, which was another beer.
Yep. I know you.
You're damn right. And I know you. I wonder why. Okay. Alright, I'm cracking this beer, man. You know what else? Oh, shit. Alright, dude, we gotta... Hold on. I'm good.
Alright. The monitor just went to sleep again, but we were able to hit the button, wake it back up without it starting a song over and giving us a fucking glitch like we had last night.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucked, but we fixed it.
Yeah, we did. Actually, we went back and fixed it.
Yeah, we actually, on, you know, for any of you who hear the commentary we did last night on part 102 only, obviously you'll hear that we had that glitch there, but actually we had to cut a little bit of that out to make that work, right? So.
Yeah, and so I know a couple times we mentioned like how far we are into the thing, and if anyone's actually looking at the time, that's probably going to be a little bit off.
Yeah, right.
There's actually another part right there. We cut just a cut, like, I don't know, 2-3 seconds tops out of something in the beginning, like just after the music started, because we talked for about like 6 minutes.
Yeah, we always babble on too long, as we're probably doing right now, obviously.
Yeah.
And but like just after that, you know, we started the music and we're about, I don't know, a minute or two in, whatever it was, and then there was a part, like Zahn said, that we edited out like a couple seconds of it. So, and it's during the song. I mean, it's one thing to do that, like, you know, when the music's not going, right?
Yeah, right. if it's just us talking, it doesn't matter. But while the shit's going in the background, the music, well, obviously you're gonna cut that out too. So that's gonna kind of fuck the song up a little bit. But I don't think what we did last night, that little couple seconds we cut out there, I don't think no one's gonna notice that.
Well, no one did notice it until you just not you, I'm sorry, but both of us just fucking talked about it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so we're on to part 3 now.
Yes, this is Free Anxiety Therapy for the Poor 101, part 3.
Yes. And this obviously is, well, because it's a trio, it's like 101 has 3 tracks, 102 has 3 tracks. It's kind of, you got intro, middle, and outro, I guess. Not that what we did necessarily made any sense. No, right. But I think we mentioned this on the original 101 only commentary, that this kind of tied part 1 and 2 in. It's also kind of the most trippy one here.
Yeah, well, I think they're all trippy in their own right. Like, okay, quick recap. Part 101 again, the Death Doom March kind of thing. Oh my God, we have anxiety. This is what's happening. Part 2. We go to part 2, and we have the freak out. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, right. And right now we got part 3. Oh shit, sorry about that.
I think by now, like, everyone's used to that song. So, why even... You don't have to be sorry.
Okay, I won't be.
Okay. Alright, so part 3's on.
Okay. And we did also mention before that this is where we kind of, this whole thing's supposed to be anxiety therapy, but by the time we got to 101 part 3 here, we kind of, I don't know, maybe we may have done this without even knowing it, Jamie,
Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe.
That, we kind of started writing about ourselves. It's just, this really just kind of is, again, describing us. We're married to ourselves and all this shit, and if you read the lyrics, it's all explained,
Yeah, right. Don, we need to take a little bathroom break. So.
Yes. Yeah, we do. Let's make room for more beers.
Exactly. And by the way, what's the beer count?
We are on to... We just opened beer 5. Last night, we opened the commentary with the 102 only commentary just after we drank 4 beers and started with 5. Tonight, we opened with 3.5. We finished that third one, which made 4. Now we just opened 5, and it still feels pretty damn cold and full, so we're just on to 5 now.
Okay. Cool. We're let's see, we are 18 minutes and 45 seconds in here. As long as we don't have to edit anything, that time should be right.
Yeah, right. Hopefully the shit won't happen like last night.
Yeah, so far it hasn't, so.
Alright, cool. And I'm gonna make sure that arrow is just all the way off the iTunes menu, so if this thing fucking falls asleep again and we have to click it back awake.
Yeah, good idea.
Alright, so we'll be right back. We gotta take a quick bathroom break. Please enjoy 101 part 3 here. And actually, it's just about to start rocking here.
Yeah, here comes a kind of a solo-y part here. Kind of rock, so. We'll be right back, and enjoy. Okay, we are back from the bathroom, and yes, we did wash our hands.
Yes, we did, and on top of that, we also put the seat down, which I never kind of understood this. I've heard like ladies complain that the guys don't put the seats down, but on the other hand, shouldn't they at least appreciate the fact that we put them up and didn't pee on the seat?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, okay, it's like one of you has to put the seat down either way, so why can't it just be 50-50? I mean, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Okay, maybe I forgot to put the seat back down for you, but maybe you forgot to put the seat back up for me, why the hell can't it...
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's true. At least appreciate the fact that like, the dude didn't, whip his shit out and piss all over the seat. I mean, at least he did lift it up to go pee. That's true.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, probably enough about us taking a pee.
Yes. But we did wash our hands.
That's right. That is right. Yeah. And that way, we come back and touch the mouse and the keyboard and all that,
Yeah, germs.
Yeah, exactly. We try to not be too gross. We believe in a good immune system, so we're not like shying away from all germs, but we wash our hands.
Yes, we have eczema because of it.
Yeah, right. Which is a better thing to... I'd rather have a skin problem from washing too much, than a skin problem as a result of, not washing enough.
Yeah, for sure. Better not be gross. So anyway, maybe back to what we're...
Yeah, jeez, back to what we're doing here. Commentary, 101, 102. So, I think we mentioned it already, though, really, that just, this was kind of a little more about us again here, but we're going to move on to 102, which is a different deal, right?
Yes, well, it ties in with one. It's all a package deal, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but yeah, I guess, parts 101, 1 through 3 kind of grew a little more like, oh wait, this is about us. But then by the time we got to 102, we finally realized that, let's just make it more like positive, like...
Yeah, like Live to Tell was kind of the same idea. We mentioned this on our 102 only commentary last night. It's a little bit like Live to Tell, like anxiety part 102 is kind of more like that. It was less for us and more for the people,
some people.
Yeah, the few we care about, right?
Right, because people suck.
Yeah, they do. And right. That's why we live in our own head.
Yes. Mentioned a million times, but needs to be mentioned again.
Always, man. We always have to put it out there. I mean, and we're not trying to, preach that this works for everyone, but it works for us. And if it works for you, great. And if it doesn't, hopefully something will. Maybe it is somebody else that will help you. Or maybe it's just yourself that will help you,
Exactly. And for us, it's ourself.
Yeah. Ourselves, whatever.
Yeah. Alright, so we're close to the end of 101 part 3. We're almost to 102 part 1. And so let's shut up for a minute and listen to that translation.
Yeah, good idea. Here we go.
Transition, I mean.
Yes, transition's on. Okay. This is this is free anxiety therapy for the pooR 102, part 1.
Yep. And this is we talked about this last night, but we had this idea. It's one of these ideas we had of that originally we kind of thought it would be a good idea for a theme for a whole album, but then we kind of realized it'll maybe be easier to just make one song out of it. And apparently one of these ideas ended up being one of 3 parts to anxiety 102 anyway.
Yeah, we don't really know how or why that tied in, but I guess think we made it work. We tried to.
Yeah, we fucking tried. We're always trying to make bullshit work. I think we've been pretty successful. I think it's fair to say we made, kind of made most things work,
Yeah, we've had some piles of garbage that we ended up, well, they may still, we finalize them, they may still be piles of garbage, but honestly.
Well, if people were to hear what we originally had, like we were saying, we got about halfway through this 102 and then kind of went on hiatus.
However you say that.
Yeah, hiatus.
Hiatus, yes.
Right. Because it was kind of half done. We had a lot of all 3 tracks done, but still it needed more, and it needed a lot of things fixed, and it needed some new parts and other parts and all this stuff, and it was just a glob of shit for a while there, and we just finally came back to it and molded it back into something here,
Yeah, we did, man. And like we were saying, I mean, we've done it, Death 3 Tango, a couple of them tunes from a few years ago, that some of those were just big messes of shit. Also, Death Wish from the Live to Tell the Story album. My God.
Yeah, that one, jeez, that was just it's still, if we try to pass it off as ambient, that way, you can get away with 11.5-minute track that has a couple of sounds in it that carry on for minutes and minutes on end,
Yeah. Well, and it had some vocals, and so it's actually a little bit beyond that. Well, I guess that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. All right, so we're on to 102 Part 1. And as we mentioned earlier, 102, we had some help from our good friend JV, which we kind of had a little kind of weird, just not weird, just controversial, can't say that word either, thoughts about, okay, if we have someone else helping us, is it still HeelerZ, but, I guess we're just going to have to go along with calling it, or saying that, yes, it is still HeelerZ.
Yeah, but, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, so our friend JV here, he's got, he gave us some various drum parts here and some various guitar parts. And, as you said, Don, he also helped with some mixing here?
Yes, one thing he did was he fucked with the compressor on the drum track and kind of taught us how to bring up the bass drum, because we were having a lot of trouble with that, especially when you go to record drums with one fucking mic,
Yeah, it can be hard to to capture everything.
Yeah, we got the drums in the spare bedroom here, so it's kind of, it's not a really big room, it's kind of smallish, not tiny, but smallish, and so it's kind of insulated. There's things in there too, so there's barriers for echoes to go, so we shouldn't have a big problem with that. But then we end up putting some reverb on it anyway, but I don't know.
Well, hey, whatever. We do whatever we can, try to make it work.
Yes. So that's it. That's it for the drums. We should talk about what 1021 kind of means.
Yeah, right. So, the whole 101, first half of this was just kind of about anxiety. The music, and as well as the lyrics, were kind of angst. Is that the word I'm looking for? Angst and anxiety-ish?
Yeah, just anxious. Anxious Mofo by Minutemen.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, shout out to the Minutemen, man. Or not the Minutemen, but Minutemen, yeah.
Yes, that's what the CD said. Minutemen, not the Minutemen.
We love Mike Watt and Minutemen, Barrios and Alondos. And, they stayed here last, May 19th and all that.
Yes, Mike Watt and company, HeelerZ, they all stayed here. We put them up after their gig in Chicago that night. They stayed right here in the Gold Room. That was awesome. We mentioned it before, but it's worth mentioning it again. It still blows my mind that even happened. It's been so many, 6 months, whatever, or longer since that happened. And that's just so awesome. Never thought that could happen.
For sure, that was the coolest thing, man. Got to host a real band on tour, and our bass playing hero forever stayed here. It was so cool.
Yeah. Alright, so anyway, kudos to all that. Kudos to Mike Watt for airing healer stuff on the Watt from Pedro show, by the way, too.
Yeah, oh my lord, yes. Thank you, Mike Watt. Like, there's another thing, you know, outside of him staying here, we never thought we could fucking airplay anywhere. HeelerZ got airplay, man. Or at least, well, it was, you know, on his show, which are like just big MP3 files that he just posts and shit. But some people listen to it, you know.
Yeah, got a little bit of exposure, first of all, and secondly, it was done by our bass playing hero, Mike Watt. Oh my god, to boot.
Yeah, no shit. Alright, that's cool, son. Quickly, we should mention the end of this, though.
Oh yeah. So this whole part 101, 102 part 1, the first 3 101 tracks were just the kind of the intensity of having anxiety, but now 102 is kind of, the idea, I guess, with this was for us to kind of start relaxing on the anxiety. And like, as we were talking about, less focus on us, even though there is still some. There always is. We're self-indulgent assholes.
Yeah. Well, you know, it just kind of comes with the territory. I don't know. We don't mean to be, but it's just what it is, you know. Okay, so anyway, go on with that.
So now, part 102.1 is kind of, we found our own plane. We're kind of relaxing on this, and by that we're also trying to suggest to others to, you know, try to do this too. Now again, we're not trying to preach, saying, you know, our way should be everyone's way, but if this can help you, you know, it's kind of a general thing that we're saying. It just, you know, we're really trying to, we're talking about ourselves, but at the same time we're trying to generalize this whole idea within the lyrics here and the music, I guess, you know, to just tell everyone else out there just to relax on, you know, stop worrying about, I guess, you know, we're so self-conscious, and that's something we've had to fight for a lot of years, and now that we've kind of, Jamie and Zon's kind of been a cure to that.
yeah, for sure. It has been I guess, well, you know, at least it's been our therapy. Maybe it's not totally the cure, but it's helped a hell of a lot, you know. And that really, Jamie and Zon, it really has been our therapy. So then we did anxiety therapy for the pooR 101, 102. So that's kind of us trying to, like, project it out to the rest of the world, even though no one will fucking hear it, but, you know.
Yeah, well, right, but yeah, that's our idea. And with, again, 101 was just, we have anxiety, oh my god, but 102 now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now we're just suggesting to just relax on yourself, you know, especially to those who are just too self-conscious, worried about your own shit, you know, and, I mean, you know, it's good to live in your own head, but live positively in your own head.
Yeah, right. And for years, Zon and me, we've always lived negatively, and it used to just be JOS, this one dude and all that, you know, since birth, you know, and we've always lived in our own head, really. I mean, everybody does, but we always lived in it, like, negatively, though, you know, we cut ourselves down and all that, but finally, this has been kind of, just in the last few years, we've kind of figured out how to not do that, and, you know, still live in our own head, but do it in a positive manner that, you know, we kind of, obviously, it's better, it helps, it's way more than being negative, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, so that was kind of the idea, 102.1, you know, basically, you heard 101, relax off of that now we get to 102, you know, and start relaxing off of that with 102 here. This is it's a little bit, I guess, all in all, 102 is a little bit more mellow than 101. 101, I think, they both have some rock, you know, they rock to an extent.
Yeah.
But, I think 101 rocked just a little more. And 102 is a little bit more mellow, even though 102 has some rocking parts too, which we're about to get to now.
Yes, we are almost on it now. And there you go, that was the transition. We were quiet for just a few seconds there, so everyone could hear that. Transition into the next one. And by the way, we try to always, like, not leave space between our tracks, like we had some albums that were the tracks were supposed to like totally roll into the next one, so it didn't even sound like a transition,
Right, exactly. Thanks for bringing that up, Jamie. That's true. Like we did Deep Freeze, that whole thing was 4 parts that were supposed to all go together, and then we did Fourth Christmas, which was supposed to basically do the same thing, although it didn't all do the same thing. And then we did Diary of Diarrhea and Live to Tell a Story. Those 2 albums were a return to just songs, 8 or 9 songs without them being so just into the next one and all that. But then after that we started working on the therapy here, and we kind of did that part 101, 1 and 2 kind of roll into each other, but then after that we kind of stopped doing that. But we leave no space between the tracks, so even if it cuts to like a different sound, like it doesn't roll from the end of the last track into the beginning of the next track and sound like the same exact thing, and you don't even notice the change, that the track, you don't even notice that
it's gone to the next track.
Yes. Even if we've done that, but now like with 102, none of it does that. It's just really, it's basically 3 songs, but we have no space in between the tracks, so the last one ends and bam, right to the next one. And we tried to kind of time it to where like part 102 part 1, the end of that where it goes back to the and what that is, by the way, that sound in the end, it's in the beginning of the end, the beginning and the end. That sound is actually just like the sound of an off-air signal on TV, like back in the way back in the day, and maybe up to the 80s. You could still hear that, channels would go off the air, which probably doesn't happen at all anymore.
No, my God, cable watching, people have DVR. I mean, jeez, we're still kind of behind the times here. We don't have cable. We got internet, and we can watch YouTube and all that, but we don't have cable, and we don't have a DVR and all that kind of shit.
No, right, but you could do that now. But anyway, the point is, we leave no space between the tracks. They just cut right in. And so 102.1 began and ended with that off signal thing, and then 102 part 2 kicked right into that bing, bing, what we're listening to now.
Yeah, that's right. And we should also describe this again a little more, what's going on with this track here.
Yes. Hold on, let me get some beer.
Yes, and me too, because we share the same mug.
All right.
I think I just heard the furnace kick off, son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I heard you burp.
Yes. We've noticed before that other commentaries, this microphone works so good. We're using the mic it's a webcam, but we use it mostly just as a microphone and to take still pictures of beans, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much all we really use it for, but
sorry.
It's okay. Let it out.
But we're using that. The mic, the built-in mic in that, and it works really good. It's very sensitive, and we noticed that we can hear the heat when the furnace is running. We've noticed we can hear that in the background. And actually, we took the clock out of here just so you didn't hear the ticking. We already have those tracks.
Yeah, we already have like clock tracks in our songs here, so. And we've noticed that we got the mic open here and we're commentarying, whatever. You can hear the clock there. So we took it out just for that and kind of quieted it up a little bit here. So for that reason. But anyway, you could hear the fridge the other day, or yesterday, right, son?
Yes. Last night we did the commentary on just part 102. And we're only, I don't know, within a minute or two in tops, you can hear the refrigerator. Our 1956 General Electric refrigerator that we bought off eBay in 2009 and has been running perfectly ever since. Anyway, if anyone that listens to that, which is no one.
Of course, no one. Except us.
Yeah, we hear it, that's it. For the most part, pretty much.
Yeah. But you can hear the fridge like a minute or two in, kick in. Or, I mean, kick in, kick on, turn on, wherever it is.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, it may be running through the whole rest of that commentary. You can kind of hear that in the background anyway. Just thought we'd mention that now anyway, even though it has nothing to do really with the commentary we're trying to do here is on.
No. Alright, so anyway, God, let's talk about this really quick. The first lyrics of 101 Part 2, and still you sit there in the smallest possible square. What we're suggesting there is that, like, okay, Part 102.1 was kind of relaxing off anxiety, but then 102 Part 2 is kind of coming back to reality and just saying, well, the thing you have to remember is that anxiety is still always going to come back to you. It's not, it's not just the happy ending to a movie. Oh, we live happily ever after. This movie ends here. This is the last thing that happens, and it was a good thing, and that's,
Yeah, and that's how the rest of life is gonna be, right? It's not like the next day, like you were saying, like there's a movie like that, but let's say they were to do a sequel to that, and in the sequel, well, like a bad thing happens again, it's reality. So that's kind of, I guess, what 102 Part 2 is. 102 Part 1 is relaxing off anxiety. 102 Part 2 is just reminding that, it opens up with, and still you sit, like, okay, maybe somebody listened to, let's just say, okay, somebody listened to 102 Part 1. Oh, relax, and we've relaxed off the anxiety a bit. But then we get back to, we get to 102 Part 2. Oh, wait, maybe this didn't, maybe that's saying it didn't help,
Yeah, right, which I'm sure it didn't.
Yeah, probably not. That's the intention, but probably not.
Right. And so okay, anxiety comes back. So, and the music again sounds kind of dreadful or whatever. The lyrics are a little, and even though we've told you that, try to relax off anxiety, let your free flag fly, just relax on yourself. We mentioned that in Part 102 Part 1. We get to 102 Part 2, and we're saying, well, it might still come back, but try to still stay positive, because this track here is suggesting that, but it still has positive lyrics too. And like you said, like you mentioned last night, Jamie, about just life is just having to continuously, I can't say the fucking word, but keep throwing the trash out.
Yeah, you have to just keep maintaining, man. That's just really what it comes down to, keep maintaining. You have to keep throwing the garbage out. Life is always going to be full of garbage. There's some good in life, but there's a lot of garbage, and it's up to you to throw away, to keep just, going at it, throwing the garbage away, trying to move ahead, Otherwise, you kind of get stuck in the garbage, and you might just get stagnant, or you might just kind of go backwards, and you just can't do that,
Yeah, you have to move ahead in life. That's kind of our message here. Okay, let's...
Okay. We're trying to keep quiet between the, endings and beginnings of the next track so you can hear the transitions there. Sorry we only gave you a second or two there, but, we're doing the best I can. We can. We, whatever.
Yeah, we. We're the same thing.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Alright, so we're on to Part 102 Part 3 now. And there's a whole story about this, but we're going to have to take a quick bathroom break.
Yes. Quick bathroom break. And we will wash our hands. And we'll be right back. So please enjoy this.
Okay.
Okay, we're back, but I think do we need a beer yet?
No, but soon.
Okay. Come back here.
Alright. Okay, so,
free anxiety therapy for the pooR 102, part 3. We're on now. And there's a quick story Zahn needs to share about the lyrics of this.
yes. Alright, so the whole thing is, we're talking about these worms. And we mentioned it again, this is on the commentary we did last night on part 102 only. But, this is a real thing that happened last summer where we noticed that there's the middle line through the garage floor there, and there was worms. There was a big rainstorm, and there was worms crawling through that crack, trying to, get out of the water, or survive and all that.
Yeah, and the thing is, normally, where we live, our driveway is actually kind of goes the wrong way, it gets a little lower instead of higher. So when we get not when we get just any, we get like a really heavy ass rain, we'll get water in the garage. We've seen the entire garage floor wet from it on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, a couple of really big ass bad storms that it's happened. But we
yeah, but like a lot of times when that happens, like the worms wash in. Like there's just worms like in the garage, and we go through the garage to let beans out through the dog room, which is really just a little fenced-in area with pea gravel on the ground, and that's her toilet basically.
Yes.
And but one night we saw these worms coming through the crack, right?
Yeah. We saw there was the middle crack. The garage floor is basically two big slabs, and it's separated in the middle, and there's that little line. It's not really a crack, it's just the separation between the two pieces, and I never saw this. I've seen the worms like on the floor in there over the years after a big rainstorm, but last year was the first time I've ever seen worms actually crawling through that line, open line there to get out and survive, so
yeah. Right, so we noticed that, and we started kind of writing lyrics on it one night. And originally this was just called like the worms crawling through the crack or something,
Yeah, it was some title like that, but then we ended up incorporating it into the anxiety project here, and it ended up becoming 102 part 3. And
yeah, and so we kind of at that point decided it could be a metaphor, for the anxiety. So what we did was we decided to compare like the life of a worm to the life of a human. Here's this worm just crawling through a crack trying to survive, and yet at the same time you have humans, and not all of them. We mentioned this last night on the commentary 102 only, that some people are living outdoors, and there's homeless people and stuff like that are under some really horrible conditions that are trying to survive through that. So I mean, you have that, and then you have more. I mean, we're all in a way the same.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and that's kind of another topic, but
yeah, I know I'm floating a little bit here, but
yeah.
Gee, thanks for agreeing.
Well, you are.
Okay, fucker. You're right.
All right. But so we decided to say, well, hey, look at these worms trying to survive, just come through the crack. At the same time, one of the lines in the song is a worm doesn't get their last cruise in a chill hearse. Chill meaning cool, kick-ass hearse, this big celebration that humans have when someone dies. Well, worms don't get that, and pretty much no other species gets that, except humans,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, sometimes maybe dogs, cats get funerals, but, I know, like amoebas don't, worms don't, right?
Yeah, right. Somewhere on the planet at some point maybe they did, but some amoeba out there at one time, some worm out there at one time maybe did get a funeral, but for the most part, no.
Yeah, they don't get a big-ass, elaborate hearse and funeral home and all this nice stuff and all these flowers and people showing up and all these reminiscences of, who this person was when they were alive and all that kind of shit. Like, worms don't get that, right? Right. You know?
Yeah, that's right. And so, I don't know. Everybody lives and dies. You know, humans can be just as easily killed as a little bug on the sidewalk. Somebody steps on them, you know. And that's kind of our point with this here, you know.
Yeah, yeah. We need to mention this kind of second part of this song. You know, a lot of these songs are almost kind of, and JV kind of said this, that some of these tracks he thought were like almost 2 songs. Because, well, some of them are really long.
Yeah, well, some of them could be kind of 2 parts, but a couple of them are kind of have the same riff all the way fucking through, so they're just one long, boring song. Well,
I don't know if it's boring, Zon.
Well, I don't know. Just, sometimes I still think it needs more. Some of these tracks need more, but there's so much. We've done so many. It's so mudded up already, you know. I don't want to.
Yeah. Go any further. Anyway, mention this really quick. The second part, some lyrics to the second half of 102 Part 3 here is, I know you're on a struggle, I've been there too, so I just want to mention this, that I think we're trying to suggest again that some positive lyrics here, I think it's just another one of those things where we're just saying, like, just take it easy on yourself, man, stop worrying about, stop worrying about what other people think, or whatever it is that's binding you up inside, you know?
Yeah, right. Just relax on yourself and, just...
Yeah, just be yourself. Stop fucking worrying about what other people think. I don't know, maybe sometimes that comes at age, maybe not, I don't know. It's just what happens anyway. There's the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hit the stop button or else we're going to go into, I guess, live to tell. Next thing we would have gone into there. So we stopped the commentary on that. Let's get a sip of beer, maybe bullshit for a few more minutes here, and call this motherfucker done, eh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's gone pretty smooth. Smooth. There's that again.
Yeah. Smooth, baby, smooth.
We mentioned that on a commentary or two before. At this point, I don't even remember what the hell it was about. I just remember that we were just laughing at that word or something.
Yeah. We're weird. We say things. We laugh at things. Jamie's always fucking laughing at the way I sound.
No, I'm not. I never laugh at the way you sound. I can't do your voice. This is like... You just... I don't know. You just sound like... I don't know if professional is the right word. Or like you're trying to sound professional. I don't know. I mean, you have like a decent, like a voice for this song. Like, it's not bad for narrating, but...
Well, gee, thanks. I thought it was annoying everybody.
Well...
It's annoying, isn't it?
No. I don't know. We annoy each other, and we annoy ourselves, and we are just one person, so it's gonna, I mean, everything's gonna get annoying once in a while, but it's not really annoying, it's just, it cracks me up. It really just cracks me up more than it's annoying. I just want to laugh at it, you know?
Yeah. Well, great, there you go. I'm gonna take some beer here.
Okay, take some beer where?
I'm gonna take it right down my throat. It's gonna go on a trip south.
Yeah, south, and then in a few more minutes we'll have to go pee and go further south. It'll go further south.
Yeah, it's on a flight. It's on a one-stop flight. Not one stop, I forgot. I don't fly, so I don't know what they call that, but there's a name for it where there's the non-stop flight, meaning that Carlin ripped on that non-stop flight. I prefer my flight stop, preferably at the airport.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean, though. Like, it goes for a while, and it stops, and then it gets on another flight, and it stops again. It's like a two-parter, and at the end it's at the final destination. But what you're talking about is, first we drink a beer, and it gets into us, and it goes south. It goes from our mouth down. And then from there it goes from our...
From our crotch out.
Yeah, our fucking crotch out. Anyway, this is a great way to end commentary, talking about taking a pee, going south.
Yes, we're sorry. We're fucking weirdos. Hey, our commentaries, our music, everything, all of that happens the same way. It just happens. There's really no plan that we don't really structure nothing out, and like we don't know how anything's gonna sound until it's done. And that goes for the music as well as our commentaries, right?
Yeah. Well, right. Commentaries are just completely ad-libbed. We switch back for the voices there, and that's about it. And we just land. Sometimes we just land on a goofy note here. I don't know. Anyway, I think we've covered. I think we've done the best we can do on this thing here, Zon. We've done. This has been our commentary, our full commentary on free anxiety therapy for the poor, parts 1 and 2. The whole thing. And that took a little while there.
Yes. Part 101, those first 3 tracks, took us about 2 months to completely create from nothing at all to completely being done with them. 2 months. And then we had the little bump in the road, had to get a new computer, and then it was another month before we got a Logic program again. Program.
Yeah, program. We did a comment. It was on one of the HeelerZ shuffles. HeelerZ shuffle.
Yes, HeelerZ shuffles.
Neither of us can say it right. Anyway, Zon just said something like, so this, just to bring you up to date or something like that. He said like, so we're working on the new Logic program, but program. He said it, he sounded like an old man or something when he said it.
Yeah, I said like, Logic program.
And we've
been just laughing at that ever since, right?
Yeah. So anyway, that's completely irrelevant to our commentary here tonight, but just thought we'd throw that in. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up here. We are 57 and 36 seconds into this, and without a glitch, so it's going to be at least the song's on. We should wrap it up here for sure, eh?
Yes.
So you want to do that?
Sure.
Sure.
Stop mocking me. We got to cut that out right there. It's 10:37 p.m. Saturday, December 9th, 2017. This has been our commentary on free anxiety therapy for the poor, 101 and 102. We've done the best we can on this. And, good night.
Good night from, say it.
Oh, good night from, Beans Love Richardson, who is our canine other half.
Yeah.
And, you are, say it.
I am Jamie Robin Richardson, and you are?
I am Zon. Who am I? I am Zon Martin Richardson.
Zon Martin Richardson.
Shut up.
Dude, you keep cracking me up with that voice. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, so anyway. So, hey, so Merry Christmas, everyone, or Happy Holidays and all that shit. This has been our release. Anyway, we're trying to mention, Part 101 took 2 months. Part 102 took like a whole lot more months, 7, 8 months, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot longer, but it was, in a way it was good because we just kind of had more time to work on it anyway. And so, fuck it, in the end, it worked out, right? We're done. Best we can do on it, it's done. It's over. We have it now, right?
All right, it's tangible. It's something that's tangible now. We've given birth to this now.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie and Zon are a couple, and these are our kids, so to speak. So these are our 6 babies we've had for this year. Man, we kick out a lot of kids, son. I mean, if these were really kids, we had 6 of them in 1 year. So I had like 6 twins. Like, there's a quintuplets, or I don't know what the word is for that. For 6 twins, but anyway, 6 kids this year. Hopefully we'll have a few more next year there, eh?
Yes, and we may have a few of them more. The next thing we're thinking of doing after this is spending some time working on some stuff that JV recorded here. He's got about 5 or 6 things that he recorded that are unfinished. That's kind of the next thing we want to focus on after all this stuff's over, all the anxiety stuff and Christmas and holidays, all that's over. Next thing we want to do is try to move on to that. So we might be having a few babies with him.
Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah. Sure. Good having. All right, Tom, we're just over an hour in this thing. Let's end it.
All right. I am Zon Martin Richardson.
I am Jamie Robin Richardson, and we're here with Beans Love Richardson. It's been our commentary for free anxiety therapy for the pooR 102. And happy holidays, and sleep tight, and good night.
Good night.